Hello YouTube, it is your pal B3, everyone's dad, B3, back with another action figure review. I've been sitting on this one for a little bit. I've had it for a little while, not too long, but I ordered it back in December. It just took forever to get to me. And I really think that you are going to love it. It is the Hero action figure Redman Dark. You're probably familiar with Redman, but if you aren't familiar with Redman Dark, he is a black version of Redman that Redman fights specifically in Matt Frank and Goncalo Lopez Redman Volume 2 comic book. This is the trade here, first printing. I got mine in a special pack that came with those, because you could get these through Night Shining for a little while. I think they might be out of them now, because they were a Tokyo Comic Con exclusive. But you could also get them from Night Shining. This is my first Hero action figure from Evolution Toys, and I'm very excited. Hero action figures are very expensive. I usually see them going for $70 or $80 on pre-order, right? Because I want the Mirror Man that's coming out, but it's so expensive, and the Jumborg looks cool too, but it's so expensive. And then the aftermarket for these things is unbelievable. Hundreds of dollars. It's like you can't even find the Iron King. I would give my left nut for Iron King, but you can't find him anywhere. So there's the comic illustration of Redman Dark. Hero action figure Redman. I guess that says Dark version. I don't know. I ain't no weeb. I don't claim to be able to read that. Evolution Toys. There's the window. Hero action figure Redman. 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 And then here's the back of the box, and it just shows the regular Redman on it. All they had to do was use Photoshop to recolor this. They didn't even have to take new product shots. But they still didn't do even that. They did like the laziest thing possible. They just gave us the same pictures of regular Redman on the back. And this regular Redman is actually getting a reissue. It's hard to find this one now. Almost impossible. But they are reissuing it. I probably won't get it because it's hard to justify spending $80 on a figure that I pretty much already have, just with a different paint job. But you never know, people. You never know. Got that official Subaraya stamp. So now let's get Redman Dark out of packaging. Excuse me. So here's Redman Dark. First opened up, kind of an unboxing style thing. I'm starting to do imported figures like this, these high quality ones like Figure Arts, Hero action figures and stuff. Starting to open them up like this so I can show off accessories in this way. He does come with some good instructions. Not that they're super needed, but they are good instructions. And then here's the figure itself. Redman Dark, who we will be taking a closer look at. And then he's got his red arrow, which is the big Ultraman Jack type staff thing here. Got his Redo knife. Some different holding hands and stuff. Little thumbs up action. Some little karate chop flying hands. Some grappling hands. And also interchangeable antennae. Which is smart because I didn't know he came with these because they were hidden in the packaging. But one of the reasons it took me so long to open this figure is because I have been very worried about those antennae. Because even in the Redman variety show segment, they broke off all the time. I'm super scared of this figure's antennae breaking. But we have a spare set, so that kind of puts me at ease a little bit. I still don't want even one of them to break because that would lower the value. And it is a very expensive figure. Look this guy up on eBay. There are 300 of these in existence. That's it. 300. That's all. And only 50 were available in America. 50 of the 300. The rest were only at Tokyo Comic Con. So that's pretty insane. But yeah, now we are gonna take him out of the package. So here he is, all the way out of package, Redman Dark. And I actually have, before you ask, is he gonna be in G&G? I actually do have an idea for this guy for Ultra Kaiju Brothers on my second channel, which is a spin-off of G&G starring Rodan and Ultraman. I do have an idea for him. However, you won't see it until I probably finish season 1. Because I really need to finish season 1. I probably won't touch Ultra Kaiju Brothers until I'm done with my Toku show, Toku King. Donate to the show in the Indiegogo in the description below. But until then, I'm still going to do G&G and Ask G&G. I need to Ask G&G questions, by the way, so send them to me on Twitter at B3 Productions. Anyways, enough talking about those other shows. Here is Redman Dark. And he's quite cool. You know, he's not as good as a figure art, but he is bigger. He's a nice 6-inch. You'll see that when we get to size comparisons. Let's zoom out on him. You got to be very careful with those antennae. They do rotate on him, but that is because they are separate pieces that can be replaced. Side to side on the head, up, down. You know, lots of good movement like that because, you know, you need to get him in some cool poses. Can Redman fly? I don't think Redman can fly. I haven't read that graphic novel that I showed you yet because my Volume 1 still hasn't arrived. I ordered Volume 1 and Volume 2 at the same time, but only Volume 2 showed up. Apparently it's because of a reprint. This joint just popped out. It's no big deal. He's not broken or anything. Oh, see? Ta-da. Fixed. But he's got, you know, lots of torso, waist movement. The arms kind of have this weird way this piece sits on it that I haven't really noticed figures doing it like that before. But it kind of can come into the arm like that. Forward and back, you know, nice rotation, double elbow bend, forward and back on the wrists, rotation on the wrists. You know, he's a really nice figure. Once again, I feel like his articulation could be a bit better. You know, the leg comes down and kicks out. It's more like old figure arts articulation, because figure arts has changed their articulation a lot. But the figure arts used to kind of have articulation more like this. So HAF is kind of just using old figure arts articulation, you know, and that knee almost feels like it should have been farther. I don't know. And you got a rotation on the foot, up and down. Big old toe joint. He's got some big feet, but that actually helps him stand better, so I actually like it. I like how big his feet are. Redo Fight. This character is also, you know. Who's the real evil Redman, though? Is it this one or is it the regular one? That's what I want to know. Okay, so there's Redman Dark. Now we're going to get into some size comparisons. And I do have several figures that I want to compare him with. I'm going to compare him with some 6-inch Ultra Monsters, but only 6-inch Ultra Monsters that he regularly fought. So first up, here he is with a pretty rare figure that's in great condition, and I have reviewed it. Jiras. I would say Jiras is actually more of a Redman monster than an Ultraman monster, because he fought Jiras way more times. That's how they scale together. So he's taller than Jiras, but Redman's often in a crouching pose. If you crouch him, you know, maybe you'll get it good. And then here he is with another monster he fought often. Mine, I just kind of pulled it off of an old shelf, so it's a little dusty. Let me dust this off first, actually. And here he is with Gudon, another monster Redman fought. I feel like Redman Dark has only fought Redman, because I did flip through that trade just to see what he was up to. But yeah, Gudon, another very commonly fought monster on Redman's end. Now, I feel like I should show him with a 6-inch Ultra. You know, he'll probably go well with Ultra Act figures. If the Daikaiju Legends videos or anything to go by, he goes well with Ultra Acts. Because he uses hero action figures, including a Redman hero action figure to make his Zone Fighter show. So here he is with the Sophie Spirits Ultraman Jenga. Pretty cool. He's actually a little taller than Jenga here. He's a big figure, you know. He's a little taller than I thought. Because this is like a standard 6-inch Ultra. I mean, Here, check out this Ultra Hero Series 2009 Ultraman Xenon. Who's about the same size as Jinga there. You know, Redman's a little taller than him too. Then if you want to see him with an Ultra figure, kind of the way they're sized now, because Ultraman have kind of gone down in scale a little bit. Here's an Ultra Hero Orb, Ultraman Orb, Thunder Breaster. You know? And that's small, dude. That's hella small. Hella small. But I'll show him with another monster. Just a DX Magajapa from Ultraman Orb. They actually look a little better together than he did with the regular monster series. So that's pretty cool. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to get away with this review if I didn't show him with an Ultra Act, you know? Because I mentioned that he would probably look good with Ultra Acts. So here's the Ultra Act, Father of Ultra. And they scale pretty. They would look each other almost eye to eye. Let's see. Now, obviously, I know Redman is human-sized. I know that, right? Okay? You don't have to tell me in the comments section. I know it. I've seen Redman, okay? But I'm going to display Redman with my Ultraman. Redman is what Ultraman was going to be. It's all Subaraya, you know. He's going on display right with my Ultra Axe. And one more figure that I would not be able to get out of this review without showing him with would be a Godzilla. But since he's super articulated, I feel like I should compare him with a Monster Arts Godzilla. So let me grab a Monster Art real quick. I was going to show him with the Bandai Creations, but I was thinking about it, and a Monster Art would really be a better idea. So here is Redman Dark, with one I just pulled out of display. The SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2002. Can't do a kaiju review without Godzilla, right? So that's that, you know. Now I'm going to show him with some other Toku heroes. Here's a very recent figure that a lot of you might have or might be wanting to get your hands on soon. Beast Morpher's Red Ranger from Hasbro. So that's him with just a Power Ranger figure, modern Power Ranger. Hasbro, I love that figure, by the way. I recently reviewed it 2 reviews ago. And to show him with a Kamen Rider. Here is another really cool Kamen Rider figure. The SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Amazon renewal version. Can you imagine those 2 brutal mofos going at it? That would be a brutal fight. Ooh. Wow. And that kind of shows him with figure arts scale as well. In case you were interested. I don't have like a Guyford or a Space Sheriff to show or anything. And I don't have a Hero Action Figure Redman. Not a normal one. And even if I did, they're the same exact sculpt as far as I can tell. And speaking of sculpt, we haven't touched on sculpt as much. I just did articulation and went straight into that. So now we're going to look at his sculpt more. It's actually quite good. His eyes have more texture than you can see. They're so textured, it's insane. It's quite crazy. He's got his little dot on his head. You know, real nice gunmetal kind of look on him and a matte black. And he just looks really good. I think he looks really good. Fully painted. Just a nice figure, all in all. So what are my final thoughts on the Redman Dark Hero Action figure from Evolution Toys? I like it. It's really cool. I got it in like a big bundle of stuff. So I actually got him for cheap, much cheaper than you would get him anywhere else. Because I wasn't getting like an aftermarket price for one thing. He came with 2 volumes of the comic. A reprint with an exclusive cover. And the first printing of volume 2. He also came with 2 Chase trading cards. Pretty cool stuff. That was the lowest package you could get with him in it. Because you couldn't just buy this figure individually on Night Shining. But he's really cool, don't you think? You know, I wish I had a regular Redman as well to put up against him. Maybe one day we'll get like a nice vinyl Redman or something that doesn't cost a fortune. But until then, you know, this is our guy right here. And I do really like him. I do have an idea for him for G&G. I think his detail and paint are great. His articulation could be a little better. Like, it's really good articulation, but... Oh, maybe I'll just hold him. But compared to modern figure arts, you know, he leaves a little bit to be desired. I feel like the Kamen Rider figure arts line is kind of the gold standard right now for super articulation. But he's really good, you know. See, he holds his accessories well. I feel some fragility to him. Like, this waist point has popped out multiple times during this review. I'm not going to leave all those parts in after editing, but it has popped out multiple times during the review. His hands feel like they could pop out if I move, if he falls or something. Those antennae could definitely break. That's just a character design flaw straight up, because it was a problem when they were filming the show, and it's a problem for the action figure. But, I mean, what were they going to do? They could make them rubbery, I guess, but then they get all bent out of shape. And this is an adult collectible, so they wanted it to be as nice looking as possible. And it is a cool figure. Very happy to have it in my collection. Like, really happy to have it in my collection. I really love it. And hopefully I can get just a regular nice Redman to go with him one day. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. We have many more reviews coming your way. I still have some Universal Monster reviews, some Marvel reviews, Kamen Rider reviews, Dragon Ball reviews. Oh, man. I got a lot of reviews. Super Sentai, did I say that already? Pacific Rim. Still got lots of stuff I got to review for you guys. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I will see you all later.